Welcome back, everybody. We've got your coastal living fishing line, and we are joined by Captain John Little. Welcome back on the set. It's been a while.
Yes, ma'am. I've been busy.
Yes, I can imagine. I haven't seen you since our fishing trip.
Yep. I've been chasing the boys in Fall City, actually. I've got two nephews that are on the football team, and just like Refugio, they are going to play tonight for the semi-state championship.
Amazing.
And they're against Mart.
Okay.
Last year, unfortunately, we lost to them, but this year it's going to be a rematch, and I have no doubt that Fall City is going to prevail and head to Arlington, just like you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
And looking forward to it.
Wonderful. Well, good luck to them.
I've been deer hunting also. Had to put some deer in the freezer. Got to go to the grocery store. God's grocery store provided a couple of beautiful doe for us.
Come on.
There you go.
Oh yeah, definitely. And been fishing as much as I can. Yesterday we had an amazing trip. It was a little tough. We started out a little slow because we had that front come through. So whenever a front comes through that's really strong, it changes it up by
Check out that
bringing in that pressure. That's a beautiful speckled trout that we started out with. That's just a good eater size, little 16.5-inch trout that's perfect for eating, just like what we ate whenever we went on our trip.
Redfish.
We ran into a bunch of little reds yesterday. I think we had 15 or 16 redfish, and all of them were just undersized, 18 to 19 inches. There's another good eating trout. We ran into some black drum as well. And we caught them exactly how we fished whenever we went fishing on the Girls Gone Fishing trip.
That's
We did really long drifts.
Did great. Looks like a great day there.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they worked hard for it, but they filled the box, and they've got a beautiful fish fry coming for dinner. That's exactly what they ate for dinner last night. He said that he had some shrimp and oysters ready to go for it. And now he's got the fish to go, and
just the all-around setup for, especially right for the holidays.
Definitely. And we caught them all on live shrimp under a popping cork. The popping corks that I showed y'all a while back, we used the Alameda rig, the one that's orange and green. We use that one, and we also use the pink, all pink lure. I'm sorry, the popping cork as well. It's got a really high pitch to it. It was a little bit choppy, so that worked really well to ring the dinner bell and get the fish to come up and eat the shrimp. So
I was going to ask you what you use for bait, because we used live shrimp when we went out fishing, and you know, I'm all about using lures this time of year too. What's it going to be like this weekend? What can we expect?
This weekend's going to be amazing. It's been 3 days now since the front rolled through, so the pressure's beginning to stabilize and the fish are getting used to it. So now that the pressure's stabilized, of course, they're going to feel comfortable and they're going to start to gorge themselves. Just like yesterday, the beginning of the fishing trip started out really slow because the pressure was still a little high. Well, as the day progressed and it warmed up, of course, they have to eat, so they began to eat at about 10 o'clock. You can expect the same thing this weekend. As the day progresses and the day warms up, you'll start to catch more fish.
Oh, that's great.
We've got some trout tournaments and stuff, so all of those trout anglers, I'm sure they're going to tear them up on artificial lures, and they're going to have a really good weekend. I myself, I'll be rooting for the Fall City Beavers up in Pflugerville, so I won't be on the water.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm really ready for them to win. My nephews, the Hotfire twins, they're beasts. They're as big as me, but they're only 17, so they're a force to be reckoned with, and they really are a nightmare for offenses. So
well,
looking forward to it.
You won't be out on the water, but at least you're here to educate us on what we can expect this weekend. So are you encouraging us using live shrimp?
Live shrimp is the key this weekend. If you're just going to do some drift fishing, if you're going to get out there and do lure fishing, I'd recommend using down south lures and corkies. The slow suspending corkies are going to produce really big trout as well.
Now, what do you say about that? When you're doing the popping cork, a lot of people get frustrated because they don't know about adjusting the depth based on getting hits. They just think, boom.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a huge part of catching. So yesterday we started out a little shallow. I used about 1.5 to 2 foot of leader line below the cork. So we weren't getting very many hits, so I dropped that length down to about 3 foot, and whenever we dropped it down to 3 foot, that's when we started catching because the bite was a little lethargic. They were biting really slow.
That pressure.
So they pushed them down lower, so of course we lowered the bait lower, and I'm glad you brought that up because that was a huge key to the success of catching yesterday, was dropping it down a little lower.
There you go.
a man of the water knows.
Hey, I know in the
right.
last 3 days we've been in the 40-degree mark, so that changes the bay water. It's very shallow out there.
54 degrees out right now.
And now we're going to see a warming trend, and then another cold front comes. So it's going to be another little let's get out there, right?
That's
Exactly.
right. It's been beautiful. Last weekend was amazing. This weekend's going to be nice too.
Definitely.
Very exciting. Great time to go fishing. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Captain, for coming in. As always, it's been a while.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Right.
Hopefully
Hopefully we can get another fishing trip in.
I'm looking forward to it.
I want to go this time.
Gotta get
gotta bring Stefan. All right. When we come back, we have an educational program who's going to share all of the wonderful things that they're doing here in the Coastal Bend. We'll be right back.